Hello and welcome to this video. Welcome to this channel. I feel like for some reason, if you found this channel, however it happened, whatever was this journey like for you, I feel like there is a message. I'm recording this message at the time of the full moon in Aries. It is falling in the Mayan timekeeping on the time of their Jaguar day and Jaguar Nagual 13 energy. So it is an emphasis of their divine. I feel like it is a message of the divine feminine, despite the moon being full in the Aries. I feel like it is a message for the divine feminine. The story is that I was about to go to sleep, but then I kind of felt this urge to record a message, and I just kept getting so many ideas, so I just decided to get up and to record it. So here it is. Here's the message. I hope you find it helpful in your own journey. Well, there is so much that is coming up, but I feel like what I wanted to say is that you know how the moon is associated with the darkness, but also the light. And especially as with this full moon, we are entering their 9 moon of their 13 moon cycle, 9 moon of their Native American calendar of working with their moon mothers and the moon keepers. With this moon, we are connecting with the energy that is connected to the night sky and the stars. And I don't know, I just feel like talking about this metaphor and the energy that is coming through with the moon and their night sky. It is a strong message of the contrast of the darkness and the light. It might be some information shining from the past, but ultimately it is here for us now at this moment. Whatever we are finding it is perfect for us, and it is going the way it should go, in the most magical and the most safe and beautiful, healthy, vital, joyous way. I feel like this is the message of their divine feminine, that no matter what is going on, it is still perfect. And also so the download that I was getting is about the ego. Is that, you know, how everyone is on the different on their personal journey of shedding the layers of ego and integration and being at a certain vibrational rate and degree of understanding and perception of reality. You know how everyone is connecting and seeing this life on a different level, from different angle, and you know, interacting with a different fragment of the whole. So each journey is important and is perfect. And you know, we are like the threads in one blanket of the universe. Our lines, our different levels of perception are interconnecting with different levels of perception that are of equal importance, because otherwise we wouldn't have this whole picture, right? And we are connecting with people who are at different levels of perception. So we may encounter people who are kind of on a deeper level of connection with the life force, who shed some layers of ego and who integrated more to the life in a way that they don't see they're at the level of non-seeing their distinction between people. So I feel like it is connected with kind of the Zen school. I'm currently reading a book by Osho, The Grass Grows by Itself. And it talks about the Zen, and there is one particular story of a master having a disciple, and he is telling his story that how he was around his master for some time, and at first he saw him as a master, but then he was going through his own shedding of ego layers and integration, and then he was able to sit with the master to kind of meet him on his own level, to even interact with the person who've done more work to a certain degree, who at a different level of understanding. And then from this point, connecting more to the life, he was kind of dissolved in understanding, in the removal of line between who is even a master and who is a student in this situation, that we are all equal. And so when we are meeting, I feel like in our journeys we can be at this middle part of the journey where we are seeing someone as a master and interacting, and in this way the way is to be in the presence and trust in the journey, continue the journey of going, kind of seeing this inner light. It's like if you look around and you see the darkness around, maybe you are the light, like there are stars in the night sky or the moon. It is dark around, but the moon is still, shining. It is the light. And maybe it is the way for this journey of our kind of work with ego. And at the same time, being at this middle, we may encounter some people who still have some layers of ego to be shed. So we are kind of seeing that we've been there. And in this way, I feel like it is a message of understanding that there is also a possibility of creating an ego from this understanding. So when we kind of shed one layer and we can look at our past, in quotes mark, past self, what kind of we can look at this skin that we just shed. And in this moment, when we kind of look at what was, we can create a new level of ego that I'm not that. And I feel like the message is that if in this moment, it is important to keep going. It is important to to continue the journey and not to reflect so much on the past. To stay true to the process, even not to a certain degree, not to look forward. Of course, we look forward just by being, just by kind of choosing our direction. So it's like we're standing in line, and are we looking forward where the line is moving towards, or we are kind of standing backwards and we are looking back where we were. Oh, I was, this far from getting to my goal. But if we are looking back, we may not pay attention so much at the line moving on, and we may not move as fast. We might be already be the next person kind of to order. If we, for example, we are at the coffee shop in the line, looking back at where we were, we may not see the opportunity of kind of making an order, which is now, if we can just turn around and see this opportunity. So it is about looking in the direction of the future, kind of, but still being in this moment. Because if we would look at the moment, looking at the future, and we know that we will kind of be there, we are not here. So it's like standing in the line, looking at the right direction where the line is moving towards. But when you're like fifth person to order and you are kind of yelling or just saying your order, it wouldn't matter, because you still there. That's the whole point of being in the line. So you say your order at a perfect time, and you will know when the time is right. So I don't know, I just felt this image of waiting, and I feel like the lesson is here is to keep moving, but in being in the present, which sounds contradictory, but I feel like the right person who needs to find this message will get it. Because life is contradictory, and I feel like the more contradictory it gets, the more real it gets, the more it is connected to life. Life is in contradictions. So that's that's the image for you. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. And so it is about patience, and not, I feel like I wanted to say that patience, there can be passive patience and there can be active patience. And passive patience is when you are getting bored of waiting and you kind of get distracted by the environment, So in this way, it can become a slowing down of the process. For example, if you're again waiting in the coffee shop, and first of all, why, there are still, you can get other drinks, why there is no tea shop, why it is always coffee. Okay, so anyway, so you're in the line at the coffee shop and you're moving in this direction, you're standing in the line, your order, but then you kind of get bored and waiting, and you start to chat with someone who is next to you, or you start to speak on the phone, or or checking your mail, going through the Instagram, whatever. So you get distracted in this way. You're not in the moment, if it makes sense. So why would you be in the line and get distracted and kind of not to move forward? So I feel like their active patience means staying focused and relaxed at the same moment. It is about being clear where you're going, but still knowing that you are going when you're not moving. So it is like they're being in the flow, seeing the bigger picture, that each small step counts, and kind of a journey of 1,000 steps begins or ends with first step. So like to be present with the situation, to read the room and to take the next step when it is the right time, to be in this moment, because by being in this moment you are moving forward. This is your next step, to be in this situation, because this particular situation, whatever it is, it has been perfectly orchestrated to some degree by ourselves for us to be in this moment. So this moment has been created specifically for us to be experienced, to learn something, to understand, to integrate something, and to ultimately to move forward. Move in quotations, because we are still continuing the journey, It is about being, not getting there, if it makes sense. It is not about achieving, but in Hannah Montana, the movie words, it is about the climb, it is about the journey. So it is about like you being on the journey, but the emphasis is on being and journey. So you are the journey, because everything that we want to experience on the external, like becoming a champion, getting 1,000 subscribers, opening your own coffee shop, passing that test, anything, it is about us, our experience of it internally. And if it is internally, it means that we already kind of have it, and it is just, we can, as human beings, we contain multitudes. So it is up to us to choose what we want from everything that we have, and to attune ourselves to desired reality, to desired experience. So it is about a choice and the process, but also you are the process, right? So by this attuning, you are experiencing that you want to experience, that you are going for. It's like, again, going grab a coffee, going for a coffee and kind of drinking coffee, it is the whole experience. So even by standing in the line, it is part of this experience of, I'm gonna go get some coffee. This is part of the joy, rather than you would have a coffee already in your throat, right? You already drank it. So what's the fun of going for a coffee if you already got it? So I feel like it is a reminder that we are able to create whatever we want, and the part of kind of the fun of this exercising our creative power to create our desired reality, our desired experience, is in this process. So in this patience, in this journey, for it to happen step by step, so we can enjoy through grounding to each moment, and not to be it experienced as kind of momentary. It is about those every bits of moments of our journey. All together, it is that joy of creation. It's like the reminder that I don't honestly remember at this point where this idea came from, that before coming to earth, so as the souls, we know that we can create whatever we want, and kind of the fun is to forget and to learn it all over again, and to discover this power of creation from the zero. It is like their hide and seek. You cover your eyes and then you are surprised. It is not so fun to act surprised as to be surprised. And I feel like it is resonating with our human experience here on Earth, because Earth is party house and everyone wants to be on Earth. Like, it is an idea that came from through Dolores Cannon that Earth is a party, and there's so many souls that want to come on Earth, and it is such a privilege to be on Earth now and here. So it is kind of an invitation probably to remember to enjoy our life a little bit more, each second of it, because this second is the part of the whole journey. Again, it is like this small, grain of coffee that is brewed and mixed, with the water, and it makes like this small part makes the whole journey, the whole drink tasty and enjoyable. I don't even know honestly why the analogy of coffee, first of all, coffee shops and coffee particularly came up, but I'm just passing through the information that is coming through, and yeah, I hope you enjoy and I hope it resonates. This has been the message channeled during, from, with, through, from the moon and their night sky, stars, night sky, at the time of their Aries full moon on that is happening here on Friday, and with their Mayan energy of Jaguar Nagual 13, and the beginning of the 9-moon Native American kind of clan mothers cycle of their energy of their feminine that is here to support us and provide some clarity in making our dreams come true. And I feel like it resonates perfectly with the Aries, right? Because it is about uniting the divine masculine, integrated ego, right, of Aries, the goal-driven, focused vision and action, with the feminine flow, receptivity of guidance, clarity, and understanding of the bigger picture. It is like, Aries is the star, but the divine feminine is their night sky. This is kind of the vision that I get, that just by uniting those two, we get the perfect view. That's a rhyme for you. So, okay. Yeah, I'm wishing you a great day at whatever time you found this message. I'm grateful for you connecting. Hope you have a great life. See you. Bye.